everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome for the first time if you're new. My name's Emily and this is Happily Ellis After. I'm overjoyed that you chose to click on this video and spend some time with me today, getting our house ready for Christmas. This will become glaringly obvious here soon when you see me in several different festive outfits, but I did do all of this decorating and these projects over the course of several days. Full transparency. So I'm going to walk you guys step by step through how I set up and decorate my Christmas tree. I get so many questions on how I do it, and there's no right or wrong way really, but I'm just sharing how I've found works best for me and to achieve our desired look. So first and foremost, I recommend going through and fluffing out every single one of the branches on your tree. This is one of the most tedious things of life. I think it may be worse than untangling Christmas lights, but it is a necessary evil if you want your tree to look its best. I also found it's easiest for me to go through and fluff all the branches on one level before putting on the next. It just makes it seem more bite-sized and not so overwhelming. And yes, block trees are very messy, but I think it's worth it. Adding the ribbon, I like to start with my topper just so I have an anchor point of sorts. And then I've decorated my tree this way for several years now with the same theme. So I have pre-cut ribbons that fit the length of my tree pretty well. There's no exact measurement. I would just say buy as much ribbon as you think you'll need and then buy one more spool just to be on the safe side. Because I feel like with crafting and with decorating, you almost always need more than you think you do. And worst case scenario, you can just return whatever you don't use and or use it in a different part of your house to tie your decor all together. And you'll see the way that I like to do my ribbon is just start at the top and then just kind of spill the ribbon down one layer at a time and kind of tuck it in the branches. Then the fourth step is adding picks and sticks, and this is a pretty full tree. We got it from Walmart several years ago and it's held up beautifully, but there are gaps and there's holes within the tree that I really like to fill in. I think it makes your tree look a lot more expensive and a lot more just, shall I say, luscious. If you can't see through it at all. And having this tree right by the window, you can really see if there's any holes or gaps. Step 5, you'll want to add in your largest ornaments. For this tree, I have these big snowflakes that I got from Dollar Tree. There's silver ones and white ones. I also have some fairly large red ornaments that I like to spread throughout my tree and make them balanced so that not all of my big ornaments are in one area. And step 6 is to finish with specialty ornaments. I've been collecting ornaments for this tree specifically for the past 4 years, and I've stuck very strictly to a theme of the buffalo check, reds, whites, blacks, silver, and I don't really stray much from that, and it just creates a really uniform look. And also I do add really inexpensive ornaments, mostly from the Dollar Tree or Family Dollar, because our dogs do like to get into our tree sometimes and find something fun to chew on. So really all of our expensive ornaments are at the top, or I just don't purchase really expensive ornaments. Lastly, I like to wait till the very end to put out my tree skirt. This one I found secondhand, and it was one that I really wanted to buy from Walmart several years ago, but I held off and it just showed up at one of our thrift stores and I immediately bought it. I also tucked the corners in the back under just so that it wouldn't interfere with our heating system. Sumner got a new office chair, so here's a few clips of him putting it together. He is going to school online and he's really into streaming, so he spends a lot of time in that chair. He also works as an editor for a YouTube channel now, so a new chair was definitely in order. Next up, I'm going to show you a quick Cricut project that I took on. I found a really cute buffalo check apron last Christmas, and I felt like it just needed a little Disney touch. If you know me, if you know Sumner, you know that we are obsessed with Disney. We are full-fledged Disney adults and proud to say that we are. So wherever I can, I really like to add a little Mickey or a bow. It's just part of my personality at this point, I guess. But here is the decal that I went ahead and cut out and weeded. And this is an iron-on transfer. So I just went ahead and used my iron on the hottest setting and transferred the vinyl onto the little pocket of the apron. And I just had to add a green glitter bow, of course. Okay, this apron is my absolute favorite. It has a red truck, it has buffalo check, it has ruffles. Now it has a hidden Mickey Mouse on it, and I guess we'll call it Minnie since she has a bow. But I just could not get over how perfectly that turned out, and I cannot wait to wear it while I do some holiday baking. Alright, next up we're going to tackle the tree in our master bedroom. In our room, I really love the theme that I started last year, which is like a reindeer barn. And I just wanted our room to be super cozy and have that really rustic and charming and cozy feel to it with the Christmas theme of a reindeer. So you'll see pretty much everything in this room is themed as such. And this tree did not come pre-lit, so I did have to add the lights on myself, which isn't a huge deal. It's kind of a pain in the booty, but you know, you do what you gotta do. Also with this tree, I added in some frosty little sticks to kind of fill in some of the gaps. This tree is way less expensive and smaller than our other tree, so it needs a little more help in the like fullness department, but it's super charming. We got it for a really good deal at Walmart. I think it was only like $20 or something like that. And here's a look at a few of the ornaments that I've chosen for this tree. We have some reindeers, and then I made these circle ornaments out of wood slices from Amazon. And I used my Cricut to cut out the different decals. And yes, all of the reindeer, don't you worry, all 9 reindeer have their own name on the tree. No one left behind or forgotten. And here's a quick clip of our sweet doggies napping after I finish the Christmas tree. And speaking of our fur babies, I do this every single season. I get them new little bandanas that match our house and our home decor. And of course I had to go buffalo check for the boys, and then Charlie has a sweet little kind of peppermint with some greenery theme on it, and sometimes I do them all 3 the same. Sometimes I differentiate the boys from the girl. Okay. And our dogs are just so lovey and sweet. Yes, they have their moments where they're naughty, but we love them dearly. Alright, now it's time for some tiered tray action. This is one of my all-time favorite places to decorate in our house, and it's so fun to find little miniature signs and tchotchkes to put together. This year I did a gingerbread and peppermint theme, and it just goes so perfectly in the kitchen and is just so whimsical and cute. Right now we're going to take things outside and get things freshened up. These hollyhocks are so beautiful in the summertime, and they just naturally grow there, but they had gotten dead and they went with the fall theme, but not so much for Christmas. I had to put out my little row of candy canes. And this year I decided to put a garland over our door, and I pre-made this a couple weeks ago and then just hung it with some screws that we had in place already. My husband so generously gifted the tree that we normally use in my office to his brother, and so we bought this other one. It's like a 4.5-foot tree, but it is so tiny. You can see my reaction here soon.
Oh no.
This is my tiny tree.
That's it?
Yeah.
We can get a different one if you want to.
No, it's okay.
Come on, Ruru.
Yes, this tree is much smaller than I expected, but it's actually super cute and will be perfect in a baby's room someday. And no, we're not expecting, just thinking and planning and dreaming for the future. One of the Christmas goodies that my great aunts on my dad's side always made were chocolate covered pretzels. And I have such fond memories of going to their houses at Christmas time and eating some of these super tasty treats. And so here I'm showing you how I make them. You just buy some almond bark, and I get the milk chocolate kind as well as white chocolate. And you just heat it up in the microwave, and you slowly heat it. So don't put it in there for like 5 minutes. Do like 1 minute at a time and then stir it and see if it's ready. It should be pretty runny and milky to know when it's perfect. Then just take good old-fashioned pretzels and dump a few into your bowl. And then I take a fork and kind of make sure that all of the edges are covered. And then once it is, you lift it up and give it a good little shake. And then you put out, I usually put out wax paper, but tinfoil would work just as well. Just so that they can cool and not stick to any pan or plate or anything like that. And then I love to add sprinkles to mine. The little tiny sprinkles are my favorite. You'll see a few in the next clip too, where you can do like a chocolate drizzle over them and kind of combine the white and dark chocolate. Anyone who knows me well knows that I love me some white chocolate. It is absolutely my weakness. So the white chocolate ones with a little bit of sweet and salty from the pretzel, those are just my absolute favorite. And here's the final product. As you can see, there are so many projects in this video that I didn't show the end of, so you'll have to stay tuned for my Christmas home tour to see how everything turned out. Thanks so much for watching, and have a Merry Christmas!